All right, good day all, good day guys. Right, welcome back to Brainybite tutorial. Okay, so it has been a while, right? It has been a while, so I just decided to take a break. Okay, because of the what I was doing. So I just said let me take a break because I know that post UTME is starting very soon. So that's why I have to take a break and come back later on. Okay, so today what we are going to talk about today is post UTME 2024 advice. All right, so before I do that, I want to say a very big thank you to my 2000 family on YouTube. All right, so I want to say a very big thank you. You guys has been doing very well. All right, so I really appreciate. Okay, I really appreciate. So if you have not subscribed, please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so when you subscribe, you turn on all bell notifications so that whenever I drop any amazing update, because I promise all my subscribers out there, so that I'm going to be dropping update for them, relevant updates, something that will be very unique and very helpful to them. All right, so you need to subscribe and turn on bell notifications so that when I drop that update, YouTube will notify you and you'll be the first to check out that update. All right, so that you don't miss out with the update. Okay, so that and I'll be bringing more amazing informations soon, so it is very important. So when you subscribe, you can equally as well share the videos to your friend. All right, so share the videos to your friend that are actually aspiring for any institution as well. Okay, we are basically here to help you guys, more especially people that doesn't have anybody that they can run to, also, or they can, maybe people that have been writing jam for a very long time, and you are not actually, you don't have somebody that will help you to process your admission for you. So we're basically here for you. You can meet, you can run to me. All right, so I'll by the special grace of God, I'll be of help. All right, so it is very important. All right, so thank you so much, my 2000 family. All right, so let's keep it coming and let's keep it going. All right, so I love you guys. Okay, so let's go back to today's topic. Okay, so if you look at here, you see that the topic of today is post UTME. Sorry if my voice is very low, so let me try to increase my voice more so that you can actually hear me. Okay, so topic of today is post UTME 2024 advice. Okay, so I have a lot of candidates both on WhatsApp and on Facebook. Okay, we have up to 4.1 thousand candidates on Facebook. Okay, so and most of those candidates are not in my WhatsApp group, right? So most of them prefer to send me questions privately. So, and I promise them that I'll be answering all of the questions here on the platform. All right, so when I answer all of these questions here, they can come here to get all of the information. The reason why I'm answering it here is so that everybody or out there, all my subscribers out there will learn from here as well. So I believe that whatever question any aspirant or any candidate ask, okay, there are some persons out there that might be looking for where to ask or looking for whom to ask those kind of questions. Of course, they have not seen, so I have to answer the questions here so that if you are having this kind of challenge, all right, you as well learn from there. And other persons that I did an advice for UTME exam. During UTME exam, I advise a whole lot of persons here on my channel. The video is there, so you can also check it out. So the advice was helpful, so some persons thanked me a lot after the UTME examination. So I also believe that this one I'm going to advise now will be very helpful for you guys, as long as you want to pass exam. And secondly, by this week, by the special grace of God, on Tuesday, I'll be loading, or I'll be sending, or I'll be uploading tutorial for my candidates here as well. So if you have not subscribed, subscribe and turn on bell notifications so that when I upload those tutorials, YouTube will notify you and you'll be the first to check out the update. And when you are watching the tutorial, please watch from the beginning to the end. It is very important you watch from the beginning to end so that you will learn. All right, because I'm going to try as much as possible. I'm not here to teach you We are not going to do it in a way that it will be very, very difficult for you to understand, right? We are going to give it is more of uh what is it called, tricks, right? How you are going to pass those questions, because we don't really have time. Okay, so we don't have time. As long as post-UTME examination is concerned, you don't have time. All right, so the time is quite very short than that of jamb. So you need to be smart, and you don't really need time to start going all of the process of solving and thinking much. What you just need to just look the question, memorize do the question. Within 30 seconds you have gotten the answer. Within 30 seconds you have gotten the answer. You go where you are going, and at the end of the day you will come back to cross check everything, then check the ones that is very well, then you come back. So how we are going to make the class, even if you are a concom head, right? So I don't know if you have heard about what is concom head and something. So even if you are a concom head, you definitely have to learn, and you will understand whatever thing we are going to talk about that, because it's mostly tricks. All right, so and I'm going to do it, and we all are going to implement it by ourselves. Okay, whatever thing I'm going to teach you, after teaching you, you definitely have to go with your textbooks as well, so it doesn't look like maybe I'm actually bringing something from somewhere, and so you can go with your textbooks, and you put all of those things in practice. That place, you see that it is working, and when you implement it in your exam, you are going to pass, right? It is something that has been helpful, both my candidates, previous candidates, and I believe it will also work for you. All right, so you don't need to stress yourself much, and at the end of the day you are going to come out successful. Okay, so having said all of those things, guys, so today, before I start with the post-UTME advice, I want to say or I want to explain what I understand by post-UTME. All right, because I believe that so many of us here doesn't understand what is post-UTME, and they don't know what post-UTME is all about. They are just hearing the name post-UTME, but they don't know. But only the name, some persons, only the name itself scared some persons. All right, so you can imagine in that scenario where only you heard the name of the exam you are about to take, and then you get scared. At the end of the day, you can imagine if you are going to actually going to succeed. So that's why I'm here, to make sure that I remove all of those anxiety, or all of those fears in you, so that you are going there with boldness. All right, so you go there with boldness. Okay, go there like a big boy or big girl, big auntie, big madam, big brother and sister. Okay, you go there, you write the exam. There is nothing there. All right, so one thing I know about any examination is that two things are going to happen in any examination you register, right? So two things will definitely happen. It's either you pass or you fail. So that two things that will happen, now it is now left for you to determine whether you are going to pass or you are going to fail, right? So now I always say that failure is always a gradual process. So when you don't practice or when you don't study, it's a product of failure. All right, so you see yourself failing even before you fail. Okay, so some persons, if you know what, like, let's assume that last year, that's one of my candidates that wrote exam last year in Ivy State University. All right, so at the end of the day, I asked the person, what did you think you will score at the end of the day? Because at the end of the day, at the end of every exam, to those persons that their exam is PPT, I always ask them, what do you think you are going to score? What do you think that from what you wrote so far, what do you think would be your score? All right, so and the person said that because the exam is actually over 100. Okay, so it's actually over 100. So the person said, if they are being fair to her, I said, don't put anything like being fair. Okay, nobody's being, everything what you wrote is basically what they are going to give you. Right, so the candidate said if they are being fair, so that she believed that she's going to score at least 70 if they are being fair. But if they're not fair, that the least she can go is 60 or 65. That's the least she can go. But if they are being fair, she can score like 70 or more. All right, so from what she did, so you can imagine and you can see that that person is confident of what he or she wrote. You understand? So that kind of person, that's preparation, right? You have to prepare. So that kind of person has prepared his or herself, right? And that's why the person were able to predict her score, right? So, and at the end of the exam, what she scored was 85 over 100. Okay, she scored 85 over 100. So you can see she predicted her score to be from 70 and above, or if they are not fair, it will be from 60 and above. But she didn't predict anything lower than that, or she didn't even say that she did not do well, that she don't know what. But because she knew what she did, so she was able to predict what her outcome would be. So it is important for you to learn. Okay, so learn from this so that when I ask you what do you think your outcome will be, you boldly tell me what your outcome will be. All right, so you are not telling me this. I didn't say you should tell me the exact figure, right? So you tell me it will range from here to here, right? So that we all know that at least when your score will come out, we all know we are anticipating your score to ranges from here to here, right? But if it doesn't work out that way, there's no way you do well and you predict your score, it will not work out that way. So you can imagine how this person predicted her score. She predicted 60 and above, and she scored 80 something, 88 or 85 or so. So it's something that was what she scored. All right, so that same thing has worked for so many persons, and that's why we are here again. All right, I'm here again to give you that same thing so that it will as well work for you. Okay, it will work for you. All right, so now let's get right to what is post UTME. Okay, post UTME, to my own understanding, I don't know how you define your own. I don't know how you understand your own, but I'm saying everything based on my own perspective or based on my own understanding. So if you have your own understanding, you can actually let me know in the comment section. All right, so post UTME is an examination, right, that is conducted by various or any Nigerian institutions, universities or polytechnics. All right, so they conduct this exam after the jamb UTME exam, right, to add in candidate selection for admission, right? So that's basically what they do, right? So it is the institution that you choose as your first choice. I know that so many persons are ignorant of this, but that's why I'm here to solve all of these problems. So as long as you are following our video from the beginning to the end and you are in our WhatsApp group, I promise you that you don't have any challenge again that has to do with anything that concerns your admission. All right, you are in safe hand. I will give you don't have any challenge. All right, I beat my chest and tell you that you don't have any challenge. All right, so we'll give you all the detailed information. The only challenge you have is only when you are not listening and when you don't follow instructions, right? So that's only when you have challenge. If you are not listening and you are not following instructions, my dear, you are going to have challenge. This one now is not about ignorance. You definitely have to you encounter challenge. All right, you follow instruction, you listen. Follow instructions, you listen. It's very, very important, because I am here to coach you, or I'm here to direct you, because it is a place, it is a way, or it is road I have already passed. Right, it's a road I have passed long ago. So I have had experience. When I was like you, I don't know what I would say. I passed through challenges. All right, so I didn't have anybody that was directing me. I was doing all of those things on my own. All right, even some majority of them I was ignorance of majority of them, but to God may have it, as God may have it, I succeed, and I'm here now to teach you or to guide you. All right, so that's why somebody that have not been into any field cannot mentor anybody. All right, so it is because that's the field I am into, and that's the road I have as well passed. So I'm here to mentor you so that you get things right at the said particular time. Okay, so this post UTME is conducted by your institution of choice, that institution that you choose as your first choice. All right, so they are the people that conduct this post UTME, those people that you choose as your first choice, those or Olani Olat OOU, or like all of them, uniben, University of Ibadan, University of Benin, Rivers State University, Port Harcourt, University of Port Harcourt, University of Calabar, Cross River State University, and so on, Abia State University, IMSU, all of them. All right, so they are the people that will conduct this exam. All right, those people you choose as your first choice that will conduct the exam. However, some persons, some schools will not conduct exam. So that's where this one come in, because we have what we call post UTME examination and online screening. All right, so these two things has been like, it has been turning some candidates head or almost every time. All right, so some persons don't understand what is post UTME exam and what is online screening. They don't actually understand. So I'm here to explain all of these things for you guys. All right, so post UTME online screening is different from post UTME exam. All right, so this post UTME exam is your institution of choice will conduct the exam. You will be the one, you will be there presently to write for that exam, just like you are right. That, okay, let me use it in a very way that you understand. Okay, that post UTME exam is just like entrance exam. Okay, just like entrance exam, just like those days you are in primary 6. Okay, those days you are in primary 6. I believe most of you guys wrote common entrance. Common entrance is just like more of entrance exam. Or you are going for any missionary school or any school, you have to buy the school form, all right, to write their entrance exam. You are writing their entrance exam, so you know that those people now, okay, that's why I'm using this thing. You are entering just one, so you are writing their entrance exam. You know that those people now, when you buy those form, then write those their entrance exam, then if you pass that their entrance exam, they will admit you, right? They will admit you. So now those people don't know that you have written for school living. Like, of course they know that you have written for school living, they know that you must have passed your for school living, but as long as you are applying to them and you want to study with them, you definitely need to pass through their own process. And if you fail that their own process, they will not admit you. Same thing with Nigerian universities and polytechnics. All right, so they believe that you must have passed your jamb, and they don't know the means of you passing that jamb. So now they want to verify, and in other way than why they are verifying, they are still using it to disqualify a lot of candidates. Please, if you are getting any value from this video, just let me know in the comment section. If you are getting any value from the advice, let me know in the comment section. All right, so now they are using it to disqualify some candidates as well. All right, why they are, you are writing the examination, so they will use it as well to disqualify some candidates. Okay, let me tell you the reason why I said they will use it to disqualify some candidates. Okay, previous years, was it 2022? I'm using Rivers State University as a case study. All right, I'm using Rivers State University as a case study. So in 2022, Rivers State University, it was supposed to be okay. Every year they admit 7,000 candidates. All right, 7,000 candidates, and as of 2022, a lot of candidates applied to Rivers State University. Right, a lot of candidates applied there. So as a result of that, the competition was too high and too much. The crowd was much. Right, so now those persons that applied there, out of 7,000 candidates, now 14,000 candidates plus applied. I don't know whether you are getting what I'm saying. So out of normally what they admit on yearly basis is 7,000. All right, so now out of those 7,000 persons, 14,000 persons applied. Now you ask yourself question that how are they going to solve this problem? And they don't want it to look like you they don't want it to look like you buy their form and you have choose them from the very beginning, of course their first choice, and you would have chosen other schools, but you prefer them and you love them and you want to school there in their institution and you choose them. All right, so they don't want you to feel bad after they didn't give you admission. Of course some people will always feel bad. All right, so they don't want you to feel bad, so they want it to be like, in a way, you will be the one to justify yourself that, oh, I didn't do well, oh, so I have to go. So I'm not even hoping for admission because I did not do well. All right, so that's why they will not set their questions ahead of time. They will set their questions before they will set their questions
after they are done selling their post-UTME form, they will now know the total number of candidates that applied to their institution. Right? They will now know the total number of candidates that applied to their institution. Then they will now know how to set their questions. Some of those questions are most of them are past questions. They will now reshuffle it and do some small touching and make it unique, right? So that they will know that at least out of 100% of persons that applied for the exam, at least they can disqualify like 50% from there. Believe me, I'm telling you the gospel truth. I'm not just telling you to hype everything. That's how it is, right? Everything I'm telling you here is how it is, and that's how it works. So that post-UTME, they will use that post-UTME to disqualify half of the people that apply, if possible more than half of the people that applied for the admission. All right, so that now they now have the remaining half left. The remaining half left, they will now use, others will be disqualified based on subject combination. Out of the remaining half left too, others will be disqualified based on subject combination, while others will be disqualified based on WAEC grade that is not okay, right? Because some persons will have a very bad WAEC and they will not know that WAEC they can't use it to gain admission. They will just apply like that. So those other persons will be disqualified like that. Those people are the people that passed the post-UTME, but now they will disqualify them because of those things I'm saying now. All right. So now, after that disqualification, they will now check how they are going to the total number of candidates remaining and the total number of candidates they are going to admit. They will now start giving admission. They first of all select the first list and give admission on merit. Then every other ones follows. Okay, so that's how the post-UTME works. That's how it works. It doesn't work if you even if you fail, you are still going to gain admission. No, that's why I will always keep sounding this. I will always keep telling you guys. I will always keep sounding. All right, even if you have big uncle, in school, all right, so you have to follow the due process first. Just like you enter the pit and you want somebody to bring you out, all right, so you are not going to be there and the person will just come and bring you out. You have to stretch your hand first. When you stretch your hand, that person will lift you. All right, so that's how this admission works. So whereby you don't stretch your hand, I bet you are going to rewrite again. I'm not saying that's what I'm wishing you, but I'm just telling you the facts. All right, I'm just telling you the fact. Now, some persons asked again on the platform that what is the minimum score that they will score that at least they will be rest assured that they will gain admission. What is the minimum score that they will score and that they will be rest assured that they will gain admission? Okay, that's a nice question that those persons ask. Okay, now I won't be here to tell you how the whole 36 states, universities, polytechnics, federal universities, private universities work. Okay, but I will tell you how it is. All right, I will use some institutions for example. Okay, at the end of the post-UTME, you will now have what is called your composite score. That is your general aggregate, both a division of your jamb and your what is called in your post-UTME, added them together to get your composite score. All right, so now that composite score determines your chances of getting admission, but it doesn't guarantee admission. Let's assume that this institution, they want to admit like 100 persons in a year, and they set their cutoff mark to be 60 for nursing, or 60.7 for nursing. All right, I know that so many of you will ask me, or will come to ask me or will come to argue with me that if they set their cutoff mark 60, they believe that they will get at least, and they want to admit 100 persons, they believe that at least 50 persons will come on merit, and some will come on subsequent list. So that's not how it works. All right, that's not how it works. So, and sometimes some persons, sometimes they will release the cutoff mark after the examination. All right, after the examination. And sometimes people that scored, okay, let's assume that they release the cutoff mark to be 60 and you have 60, okay, and sometimes you don't know that there are some persons that scored more than that 60, that hit more than that aggregate. Okay, so after taking those few persons that hit more than those aggregate and publish them on merit list, then every other persons coming from the people that meet the 60 on the dot, all right, now they will start looking for, if there are much persons there, if there are just few persons there, they will just pick you guys, all of you guys, and go. But if there are much persons, let's assume that they want to admit 100 persons. Okay, let me tell you how it is. They want to admit 100 persons now for a department. Okay, let's use nursing for example. They want to admit 100 persons, and out of those 100 persons, 50 persons scored more than that. They are 60. Like 50 persons score like 70, 72 respectively. All right, so now they will pick those 50 persons first and publish them on merit list. All right, after publishing them on merit list, then the second list will start coming from this other angle. So let's assume that, remember, what they want to admit is 100 persons. All right, what they want to admit is 100 persons, and now we want to admit 100 persons. 50 persons are scored on merit. Okay, so now we'll have more 100 persons again that hits this 60. Right, more 100 persons that hit this 60, and 50 persons hit above. So they have taken those 50 persons on merit, which is coming to pick the other ones from here. So now remember, they want to admit 100 persons. All right, so now out of those 100 persons they want to admit, and 150 persons have done excellently well. All right, so now see what comes in. Schools are not going to, because people did very well, and they will start to enlarge or increase the number of candidates they are going to admit. No, I'm heading somewhere. I'm explaining something. Now what comes in is that out of these 60 persons that hit those cutoff mark, now they will start looking for a way to still disqualify some of them. All right, so now they will start looking for people that have challenge with WAEC, people that have challenge with combination, catchment area, and every other thing. All right, so at the end of that, they will now disqualify the rest and take people they want, the remaining 50, and add admission closed for that department. Then this, or if they have taken the main 60 and they want to consider these people admission, now they will start looking for a nearby department where we'll call it makeup department, where we have people that there are not much crowd, they will not fit them in there. They will not push them to those departments, so that they don't feel like people apply for them and they believe that these people is supposed to treat them equally, and they have equal rights, because what they paid for is what this person paid for, and the same exam, all of them took the same exam, so they have equal rights and you have to treat them accordingly. So in order for their conscience not to blame them, they want to look for another department to fit you in. So if you like that department, you can accept the offer, but if you don't like that department, you can as well reject the offer and come back next year or look for another school. All right, so that's how it works. So that's why you need to prepare yourself, read, study very hard, okay, do well in post UTME. While you are doing well, ensure that everything is in order. Your WAEC is in order, your combination is in, there is like, those are the factors, those are those things they factor in. When people, like when crowd is much and they see that people did well, they will start looking for minor thing to disqualify you. If you are using double O level, that's another chance, that's another thing. So let's assume that you have done you have done well like this now, all right. So now, and you are using two sittings, believe me that your two sittings you are using will not, like, it will disqualify you. It's not as if you didn't pass, you merit the admission, but like they will just feel that whenever you are using two sittings for a competitive course, they believe that if you have no more than, like, why don't you pass it in just once and go. So they will want to, like, in order for them, like, they will also want, if they want to consider you, they will fix you to another department, not the one that you applied for. All right, so they fix you there in another department aside from the one you applied for. Okay, so that's how they do it. So you have to make sure that everything you are using for your admission process is in order. Everything you have is in order. Everything you are using is in order. Everything you are going with is in order. That's why you see some person, they will be like, some mommy, I used to see some mommy will be like, please, I don't know what happened, my daughter, that girl, she has looked for admission for so many years, and now it's not as if my daughter is not doing well. Oh, my daughter is doing well, but I don't know what the problem is coming from. I don't know what is. I always tell them, mommy, see, this is not and another thing is, admission has passed the way it used to be before, right, where you will actually pass and they will give you admission. All right, so if you pass and they give you admission, yes, you have to be very, very grateful, right? You have to be very, very grateful, because the system now is already compromised. All right, so they want to make their money. The schools, they want to make money. All right, so one thing about lecturers and one thing about these people in charge, let me tell you one thing. I want to share this secret for free. All right, you are not paying me, but I want to share it for free, so you will learn as well from here. Now, schools, one thing about school is that anything positions in school, I don't know whether I don't know whether some persons here have heard it or have seen what I used to have heard about it, or we know this thing I'm saying. To me, I don't know whether that thing is just like a society. Positions in higher institution, just like a society. Let me just, I will give you my fact and my reasons why I said so. Right, it's not as if I'm saying like it's a society, but I'm just saying like the coordination. That's what I mean by that. Okay, so have you had a scenario whereby you okay, have you heard something that you had issue with a lecturer? If you have issue with any lecturer, you're not going to graduate in school. I don't know whether so many of you have heard something like that. If you have any issue with lecturer, you're not going to graduate in school. So it depends on the issue you have with the person. All right, lecturers, they don't like reporting them to, like, maybe you did this and that, you report. No, or you are coming for a marking of script. Maybe he wanted he wanted something and he failed you. So instead of you to like move on and come back to write the course again, and you went ahead to start reporting the lecturer. All right. So what happened now is that after reporting the lecturer, and they might solve the problem. All right. So you might be passing that man course and be failing another of his colleague course. All right. It's basically how it is. How many of them do you want to report? You might be passing the man course and be failing, or passing the woman's course and be failing another of his colleague course. All right. So that's how it is. So now the same thing happens in the system. If you are the registrar, this life is that no matter how your position is, no matter your position, we are always loyal to. We always have, no matter your position, you have boss, right? Governor have somebody, maybe classmate that calls him by something, maybe that is not his name. All right. No, it doesn't matter your position, you have people that is very close to you. All right. So you have, if you are a registrar, if you are any department, vice chancellor, DVC, pro chancellor, and all of them. All right. So they have people that will be very close to you. Now when those people comes, what I'm saying by the system is compromised. All right. When those people comes, because of the friendship, they are willing to offer you something. Let's assume that you were a lecturer. You know that everything that concerns school, it works with promotion, right? I don't know whether some persons is actually getting what I'm saying. If you are getting me, let me know in the comment section. So, all right. So it works with promotion. Let's assume that you were a lecturer. Before lecturing, from there they start promoting you. From there you become dean. From dean you become anything. You become maybe a registrar. You understand? So during those your time, you have people that were with you, that were your colleagues then. You have people that were your colleagues then, people that is with you then during those time. All right. So now those people that was with you then, now those people, some of them don't have somebody. So what people does now is, if you have connection with those people, you bring people to them. All right. So you pay that person so many huge amount of money. That person will carry your document and meet that his friend that is in charge of that admission. That's where these things work. Why that his friend, why him now is meeting you, he's in relationship with other, maybe junior lecturers or other people or friends. Those people will come into him, he will be reaching to your head. Now I don't know how to just explain it. All right. So now you don't like three by butter. Now you are the head, which is number 5, the last person. Now the fourth person is coming to the number 5, while the 3 person is coming to the 4th, the 2 person is coming to the 3, the 1 person is coming to the 2, the same like that. All right. So, and you are the head, you wouldn't want to spoil the relationship you have with that your colleague. That's one thing about lecturing work or any high position in school. They wouldn't want to spoil any relationship they have with their colleagues. The reason, because you don't know where you might meet that your colleague. You might be in need of that your colleague tomorrow. Hi God, I don't know if you're actually getting what I'm saying. You don't know where you might meet that your colleague tomorrow. That your colleague will solve the problem for you as well. That's why you have lecturer in University of Port Harcourt, and you have another lecturer in University of Rivers State University. That lecturer in University of Port Harcourt, we call that lecturer in Rivers State University. I have somebody help me give this person admission. Right? So now that lecturer in University of Rivers State University will deliver. Now when that lecturer in University of Rivers State University have somebody in uniport, maybe business or anything, he will still call the person, hello, I have somebody in uniport, please give this person admission. Simple. So when they use all those their mango full all the list, you understand? So you see people that did it well and passed, and they will just deny them the admission. And when they are doing it, their conscience will no longer blame them again because they have gotten what they want. They will just say their conscience. All right? So that's how it is. So don't feel somehow if you don't get admission. All right, I'm making this video too long. All right, so I believe I'll be ending this video, and I believe it's interesting, and somebody must have learned something from this video. All right, so if you have gotten any value from here, let me know on the comment section. All right, let me know in the comment section. So I believe I have explained everything that I have to do with this admission system. That's why most of them they will always tell you to hit the cutoff mark. Just like as jamb is now, you hit the cutoff mark, which is 140. All right, you pass. Just like as University of Port Harcourt got 160 and you scored above 160, or you scored 161. Now when it comes to post UTME, all right, some schools will have general cutoff mark. Some school, I always reference University of Port Harcourt in everything I'm doing, right? I always reference them. So like last year, their cutoff mark, their post UTME cutoff mark is 101. Year before last it was 101. So now last year 101. So that 101 is, when you get to that 101, does not mean that you have gotten to that 101. Of course you are going to get that. No, understand me? No. But that simply tells them that you are eligible. All right, if there is chance, even if you scored that 101 on the dot and there is still no chance to consider you, you are going. But if there is chance, they can consider you. But if there are no chance, they will not consider you. But when you have somebody, I'm not saying you should go and pay your money to elsewhere, but when you have somebody that is helping you in school, that person can do and undo there. It depends on your weight. It depends on your capability, what you can do. All right, it depends on your level, because level is, there are some people that will come that they will just remove some list and put some fit somebody in. So that's how it is. That's the level for you. All right, so it doesn't mean because I said no, if you are aspiring for University of Port Harcourt, maybe they eventually got 101 this year and you score 101 and you didn't get admission, you'll be like, so what if what was I saying that time that I said if you score 101 you are going to get? No, that's not what I said though. All right, just as you scored 160, now the cutoff mark, remember jamb got 140. All right, some schools got 140 as well. So those schools that got 140, if you reach that 140, does not mean that you will get admission. There is process. All right, so it is, but that 140 is more better when you have somebody and you do well in post UTME. That person will now stand out or stand tall for you there to bridge the gap. You understand? So that you will gain admission. All right, so after this video, if you have any question, you have anything, let me know in the comment section. Okay, if the question is very, very important to you, or if you have been looking for a very way or to gain admission, please, my DM is always free for you. And just like I said before, if you want to join our WhatsApp group, my WhatsApp message, let me know in the comment section that you want to join our WhatsApp group. I'll be right there to give you my WhatsApp number, and message me on WhatsApp. After getting to know you, I'll add you on WhatsApp. All right, I believe this video or this content today have solved the problem. All right, I'm hoping to see you on the class. All right, I believe you watch and share to your friends as well. So likewise, this update, share it to your friends as many times as possible, because some persons has been crying like they meet the cutoff mark and they did not get the admission. So these are the things. All right, so that's why I have taken my time to break it down step by step, so that you understand, so that you don't start crying tomorrow and say I made the cutoff mark, I did not get. No. All right, so that's why you need somebody to guide you, somebody that will be guiding you, that will hold you hand to hand and guide you, so that person knows when you are making wrong decision, when you are making mistakes. All right, so many persons will be disqualified because of subject combination. So when you have somebody, the person will be there to guide you. All right, So this, if you have any question, I'm always there for you. If you have any person you want to rely on, I'm always there for you. Right? This will be ending this video for today. Thank you so much for being with me for the beginning to the very last side of this video. I love you all. Keep winning.